Well, I bought this today, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to talk about it. That's my plan for today. We get to explore Modern Horizons 2 set boosters together, and I'll share with you a little bit about what I think about this set and why I bought this. This is the very first set booster box I have ever purchased. Purchased it from my local game store. And I really was not intending on shelling out the gazillion dollars that is this set. Really wasn't. Yeah, I forgot that it has this like crazy packaging in it, and it's got like upright packs and stuff. No box topper in these, just some overpriced packs of magic cards. That's all it is, folks. So why the heck did I bother with this? Well, to be honest, mostly this is me trying to support my local game store. That's why we're doing it. That's why we shelled out. I have certainly sunk plenty of money into my game store, but I am doing my part to keep it afloat, I suppose. That's what I tell myself anyway. So, yeah, we're going to open this thing up. We're going to take a look at what it's all about, and maybe also, I don't know, share some interesting thoughts about what we think about this thing. So, all right, how are we going to sort this stuff? There's I don't even know. There's like a million different sorts of things in the set booster boxes, of course. And I'm going to open this stuff relatively quickly. I'll pause on anything that's super exciting that I think is particularly neat. But yeah, why is this set so expensive? That's kind of the conversation of everybody on everybody's mind. And it really is kind of nuts. There's very little rationale in my mind for why this set ought to be the gazillions of dollars that it is. It is cool though, and obviously, like, what I would really want to be able to do, what I really appreciate, is being able to draft the set. But of course, draft booster boxes, I would have gotten one of those if I could, are elusive. Wizards has seemed to have decided that, you know, really what y'all want, and I guess what they want us to buy, is the old set booster box. So here we are. Fun fact about some of the lands. The basic lands in this set are really cool. I recognize a lot of these as, like, let me try to get a good. Are you gonna focus on that? You gonna focus on that? There it is. The old lightning planes. I remember this. This was printed in Odyssey the first time. And it was super exciting. It was like, oh man, this is the coolest planes ever back in Odyssey. And clearly, I think they went through it and like specifically tried to find like the sweetest. This uncommon, by the way, is worth a whole bunch of money because it's apparently sweet. They just like found the coolest basic lands to stuff into the set, which I think is like kind of awesome. Certainly a touch that I appreciate. So I'll highlight a couple of the other basic lands that I think are really cool as they show up. So yeah, this set is very sweet. I would have loved to have. Am I going to get a chance to draft this? Probably not. Maybe. Ooh, Patriarch's Bidding. There's a fun reprint for you. We'll put that in the reprint pile. We got something from the list. Oh yeah, you get the list. The list in here. Fun times. The list. Izumi Graverobber. I'm pretty sure that card's been on the list forever and ever. So I guess really the question from a like finances point of view, when Modern Horizons 1 came out, there were clearly some chase cards, and some cards held their value pretty nicely. But then, like, things got very cheap, like, for the most part. Like, most of the cards in that set came way down in price for a long time after the printing, mostly because the box price. The box price was larger than a normal box price. I actually didn't remember that this was the case, but evidently, big stupid Tempest guy. It's a storm creature with storm. So that's pseudo storm, kind of cool. Prophetic Titan. Where are you going? You're going over here. I didn't realize that the boxes originally sold for like $180 for Modern Horizons 1, which is crazy. I feel like I got most of my boxes of Modern Horizons 1. Diamond Lion, okay. You're a goofy magic card. We got yeah, alright, all sorts of stuff. I don't even know what to do with, like, why is this? I guess this is one of the retro frame. We got a Greed, which is interesting. Soul Talisman, alright, that card's kind of neat. Yeah, we're just looking at this, but yeah, check out the old retro frame Diamond Lion, kind of cool. I don't think that card is any good at all. It's cute. I got most of my Modern Horizons 1 booster boxes, I think for like about $150, because, you know, they did keep printing them, and they were very widely available, and the price eventually got somewhat reasonable. Here's another of those really sweet basic lands, the old Minions. I think it's another Odyssey land. Odyssey had cool lands, apparently. So yeah, I maybe that'll happen with Grand Arbiter, Augustine. Maybe that'll happen with these boxes. Maybe they'll keep printing them, and they'll be relatively. Let's see what. I don't even know what piles I'm making anymore. I've lost it. Maybe they'll become available, and the price will not remain, you know, close to what freaking Double Masters was. If you thought Double Masters was expensive, well, yeah, get a load of this set. Get a load of this set. Is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe. The cards in this set do seem pretty sweet. I won't lie about that. Altar of the Goyf is, you know, stuff you can get, which is hilarious. I find, you know, the throwback stuff pretty amusing. You know, you got Terminate but castable with Madness. Yeah, I mean, this set just seems like so much fun. And here's the goofy part, right? I'm sitting here, I'm opening these set boosters, and I feel ridiculous. I really do. Yeah, we got a gold stamped signature, which, you know, we care about for reasons. You know, what are we doing here with these set boosters? I would rather, like, you know, draft, play sealed, do something. Clearly we needed Nebanero's Disc in Modern. That's very important to have in the Modern format. It really solves a lot of Modern's issues. We have Warrior's Lesson off the list, which is a steaming pile. I think this is the third Aquamoeba throwback. Just the second one. Yeah, the retro frame. I don't know why I'm calling them throwback. Yeah, I don't know. Why is Wizards pushing these set booster boxes so much? I mean, I don't really feel I'm getting a whole lot of out of just like cracking packs. I mean, it is cool. It's fun. I enjoy cracking packs open. I shouldn't lie about that. But it's silly. It is a silly thing. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. All right. Let's talk about this land. This land is hilarious, and I love that they printed it. I love that it is does not combo with a Cabal Coffers. Like that's wonderful. There is no Cabal Coffers in green, so it seems like a perfectly reasonable Magic card. I like it. I like that they printed Cabal Coffers and Yavimaya in the same set. They just reprinted Urborg. Yeah, I'm going off about these set boosters. Will I ever buy another set booster? I don't know. Probably not unless I have to. Again, I mostly bought this for the support of my local game store. I wouldn't... Chance Encounter. Hey, look, you. I wouldn't have bothered. Except for that. just the way that it is. And certainly the proprietor of my LGS was thrilled to have me purchase a box. Any box. All he had were set boxes. So be it. I'm enjoying this. It's having a good time. Here we go. We got some mythics. We've got the old Gaedrone Dehada. All right. Don't really know if this card is any good. Probably isn't. But there it is. We got our Ari's Wake. Our Ari's Wake's kind of cool. It's a sweet magic card. Yeah. Now, as I look at the set booster boxes versus the draft booster boxes, now both of these are going to guarantee you, obviously, a rare in the rare slot, but also one of the cards in the reprint slot, the kind of interesting, like, new to modern reprints. Oh, we got a subtlety. That's subtle. These freaking cards. You know what Magic needs? More cards you don't have to pay mana for. Like that, those usually end up doing good things to formats. So we should certainly have more of that. So yeah, I mean, like, what is this? What does the set booster give you up above and beyond the normal draft booster? You know, both the draft booster and a set booster, the draft booster is always going to have the reprint slot, which could give you rares and mythics and stuff, and I'll do a quick count here at the end of, like, you know, what's the sort of distribution. I think it's pretty close to sort of the typical distribution out of those sort of, like, bonusy slots. I think it's probably going to follow a pretty similar distribution to the mystical archives, you know, in terms of uncommons, rares, and mythics that you get. So, you know, both set boosters or normal boosters are going to have that. The set booster, you know, you get a chance at extra rare hits, which I guess is neat. Ooh, Ignoble Hierarch. That card's great. Here's another Inevitable Betrayal. I'm puzzled by this. Sometimes you get extended art cards in the set booster, apparently. I thought you could only get these, but I think they're only for the, like, new to modern reprint stuff, as opposed to just, like, random cards. You can only get the normal extended art things out of the collector boosters. I mean, again, this is just, you know, it makes your mind churn trying to figure out where all these different cards come from. But this is sweet. But again, you can get that out of a normal draft booster. Really, the set booster just gives you chances that maybe you open an extra rare sometimes. You always get one card that's sort of the alternate art sort of thing, so you get chances of extra rares in this slot, which is cool. It looks like most of the time I'm just pulling commons, but I did get this neat Inevitable Betrayal in its retro frame, which you know, you wouldn't necessarily get that as sort of like a bonus in the draft booster. So maybe for this set, the set boosters really are the way to go. The only problem is you don't get to draft with it, which is outrageous. Oh gosh, alright, this pack is fabulous. We've got Persist in its crazy frame, which, I mean, this card seems like it's probably very good. Most importantly, we got this Urza Saga, which is freaking Urza Saga. We got a Seal of Cleansing. I love that they printed this into modern, by the way. Here's our little sketch card. And some of our cards are ending up sketched anyway. I don't know why we sometimes... I just don't... How do we get... It makes no sense to me. Yeah. So, these are things. Freaking Urza Saga, man. The card is legit. Card is sweet. Clearly is gonna do busted things in every format that it is legal in. Here's more gold signatures. People care about those, right? They totally care about those. Totally care about them. Alright, put this in the pile. We got the old Counterspell, which don't have enough of those in my life, so now I have another Counterspell. We have that to add to the collection. Yeah, we're just We're humming along. We're humming along. What? I haven't opened any fetch lands yet. That's interesting. They apparently are hard to get. Hard to get. Zabaz, the Glimmer Wasp. We've got Solitary Confinement. God, that card brings me back. Brings me back miserable, miserable, miserable memories of having to play against that card. And trying to beat it with some deck that probably can't. And you just sort of sit there and, yeah. Prison. Prison magic. Everybody loves to get imprisoned by their magic cards. It's a wonderful magical experience. So I guess the big question here is what's going to happen to the price of all the singles in these boxes. What's going to happen to the price of sealed boxes, of course? Like, are they going to become more reasonable over time, or is this just going to be brutal? Oh, we got Fury, the bad one. The bad one. Yeah, it's the bad one, guys. That's what it is. All right, let's talk about the list for just a moment. Here's a freaking lesson. This was literally just printed in a standard legal set, literally the one just before. And here we go. I got a freaking lesson off the list. Why? Why? Evidently they updated the list specifically for Modern Horizons. You think you could put something more interesting than that in the list slot, but there we go. We have here's a Terramander from the list for this one. Terramander. All right, some other observations I'm making so far. The quality of the foils seems great, which I think is pretty cool. This belongs here. Yeah, so far that's been really satisfying. I'm loving these foils are not curved really much at all. I mean, it might just be the that, by the way, is really a function of the conditions in your home versus where they were manufactured. So perhaps wherever these are manufactured, they just happen to have the exact same temperature and humidity that I have in my home right now, and I'm just lucking out on that front. Oh, okay, so this pack this pack has some funniness going on. First of all, we have Timeless Dragon. Neat, nifty. It's a powerful limited magic card for sure. Get yourself, yeah, Jesus Christ, that's powerful. We also have foil Timeless Dragon. We have this Vindicate to go with the other Vindicate we opened earlier, and this wonderful Tortured Existence off the list. So yeah, that was a hot pack. I mean, it had 3 rares. We'd like to see like give me 3 Scalding Tarns or something. That would be cool. That ain't gonna be it. Ain't gonna be it. Here's another Counterspell, just what we always needed. Man, we're just hitting all the cards off the list, and none of them are very good. This is a Pillage. Got a Pillage. Masters 25. Anybody? Does get played, I guess, in that modern Ponza deck. So there is that. Let's give us that. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. All right, we have a bunch of rares this time. We got this Karth the Lion. We'll put him in the kind of sketchy spot. We have Suspend. That's cute. That's a cute card. Mog Salvage over here. Here's our sort of alternate art card. Yeah, there's a lot of variants. Yeah, honestly, what I anticipate, I think things are going to hold very steady in this set. You're going to see a massive drop in price for basically all of the rares that don't find a home quickly, and all the mythics too. Basically what happened with Modern Horizons 1, but actually getting, you're not going to see stuff just get like super duper cheap. There's going to be some chase cards out of this set that are worth a gazillion freaking dollars. That going to drive everybody crazy. You know, what's going to be the Renin 6 out of this set? What's going to be the Force of Negation out of this set? I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. And the availability is going to be really, really low. especially because there's like 1,000,000 mythics in this set. So if it's a mythic, you're just going to have a beast of a time trying to actually acquire it. Well, man, I got the rare, like, all uncommons. That's kind of nuts. Like, these are literally all uncommons this time. The no commons in this one. Yeah. Apparently you can't open, I can't open, anyway, no fetch lands. We don't get those. I do think the price of those is going to come down. Already they seem to be lower than, much lower than they were before this set dropped, so that's great. We'll see. Hey! Misty Rainforest makes an appearance. Makes an appearance. Good for you, Misty Rainforest. I like that. And we have the Scion of Draco. Is this card good? Not really. I don't think it's very good. We're just going to put it in that pile. It's very good if you're running a 5-color EDH deck. Otherwise, that card is pretty much complete nonsense. Well, what do we think? I'm almost at the end of this box, and it's kind of a question of, like, you know, is this, was it worth it? Did we get our value? We're going to take a look at it once we're all said and done. And you know, your results may vary, of course. Open a random box, you never know what you're going to get, especially with a set like this where the prices are all over the place. I'm not going to tell you how much I had to shell out for this box. It was a lot. Mostly, again, I did it to help out my good buddy who owns a magic shop, just trying to keep him afloat, doing well. Oh, look at that. That's a nice card from the list, huh? That's, see, that is satisfying, right? Like, sometimes you just get a Phyrexian Obliterator, and you're like, well, this pack was kind of mopey, but like, all right, look at that. Look at that Phyrexian Obliterator. Cool. Making me feel a little bit better. So yeah, we'll take a step back and we'll highlight what we got here. Consider strongly whether or not it was worth shelling out the over $200, well over $200 that it cost to purchase this box. Hey, it's Asmore the Broken. And yeah, that's we'll have a little chat about that. So from the spot of foils, you get a foil in every pack. Foil in every pack's kind of cool. So, you know, all the common and uncommon foils mostly are going to be worth nothing because of collector boosters, as always. I got a lot of rares out of the foil slot. I don't know if that's typical. I don't know what's typical for set boosters, going to be honest. I've watched some box openings, but we got 3 rares out of there, one of which is sort of the sketch card. Search the premises. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, investigate. That card's actually kind of a sweet EDH card, and I think that card is probably gas. In EDH, probably would put it in a lot of my decks, so that's cool. Real quick, the usual count. You get a lot of rares and mythics from these set booster pack boxes. So just out of my rare mythic slot, you know, it's 37, so it's pretty equivalent to what you'd open out of a draft booster box. We'll take a look at what sort of sweet goodies we got in there. I do want to check distribution on some things. So here's the new to modern printed cards. And we can take a quick look. Remember, there are no commons in this slot. They're either rated rare, uncommon, or mythic rare. And it does appear like the distribution is quite similar to what we saw with the Mystical Archives, where you've got essentially what it appears to be is, you know, we opened a total of 10 rare / mythic rares, and I believe 20, 20-ish of the uncommons. I think we did better than average here. The ratio, I do believe, is the actual ratio is, and yeah, is this? Yeah, no, that's an actual reprint printed into modern. That was some goofy thing. I do believe the ratio is generally 3 to 1, 3 uncommons to 1 rare / mythic. And for the rare / mythic slot, you get the usual mythic drop rate. So they are replacing a rare with a mythic rare. You know that what is it? 1 out of 7 times, give or take. So that seems to be the what we saw here. You do get some sweet loot out of this slot. In terms of the cards we've got here, that I think are actually pretty cool. There's some cards that really aren't worth much anything here, but you know, Solitary Confinement I think is sweet. Might see a home. Patriarch's Bidding obviously was a really expensive card. Riptide Lab, this cool Vindicate, and you know, Mirai's Wake is always welcome. So you know, you get some kind of cool cards here. I mean, there's not much of value out of the uncommon side of things. It is Quarian Ranger for sure is pretty neat, but that's I think about it. So yeah, there's value to be had in that slot. I certainly appreciate that. Here's sort of the alternate art stuff we picked up, and I guess not all of it was in that last slot. Some of it just kind of appeared earlier. I should have tracked that. But in that slot, out of your set boosters, I'm pretty sure you're going to see distribution of cards here that's pretty much like, I'm pretty sure that just came out of my rare slot, for instance. I think the distribution of cards you're going to see here is essentially, that came out of the rare slot too, normal pack distribution of like rares and commons, uncommons. I'm sorting a couple back here because I shouldn't have put them in this pile because they were actually kind of being seeded from a different part of the pack. This stuff is convoluted, people, you know. Like, I think there's probably one rare I missed here, but you're going to see out of the 30 cards we opened, here's 5, 10, 15, 24 commons, 6 uncommons. I mean, that's like, yeah, I mean, that's like kind of what you'd expect, rare common to uncommon ratio, and I guess maybe 1 or 2 rares showed up in that slot. Hard to say. Like, I got 4 or 5 kind of alternate art things, but some of them showed up earlier in the pack, so I don't really know if they were associated with that weird extra slot that only shows up in the list. I just don't know. And then of course I got this Grand Arbiter and this Phyrexian Obliterator out of the old list slot, so I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, I don't know. Was it worth it? Let's pretend. Let's pretend that it was. Let's pretend that it was. We did get some. Oh yeah, Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide's a new printed into modern, so we put that over there. We got some cool cards. We got some cool cards. I don't think we did bad. We only got one fetch land, but it was a pretty good one. We got the Urza Saga, which this card's probably going to be one of those just worth a ton of money cards out of the set. We got an Ignoble Hierarch, a Subtlety. This Esper Sentinel seems like it's going to be an incredible card. So I think we got some. I think we got some sweet cards. But was it worth it? For $200-something? Well, I'm not going to go out and buy another one of these. Let me tell you. I also got the sweet box topper, so there's that. That's. I don't know. Should you buy one of these? No. No, you shouldn't. Don't go out and spend $260 on a set booster box. Just don't do it. Don't do it. But I am going to enjoy staring at these cards for a while, looking them through. Hopefully you got to enjoy watching me just like crack these packs open and babble at you for half an hour. Can't believe you seriously still watching? Half an hour in? You doing it? Are ya? You shouldn't be. Stop it. Stop watching it. There's nothing to see here. Like, these are just a bunch of freaking cards. I just opened them. Staring at them. we're done. We're done with this video.